What is the stupidest thing you have said to your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband? I love my girlfriend's legs. Love them, they are awesome. So awesome. I called them thunder thighs because I thought that the phrase meant they are great. I have never been more wrong. My fiance said something along the lines of I'm only gonna get uglier the older I get. And I, being the great fiance, said baby, you could never be uglier than you are. I was completely serious and meant it in a I could never find you ugly way. She took it like a champ though. 10 years ago my wife was complaining that she had put on weight after our second child was born. I told her not to worry and that she looked like a fat angel in a jolly. She still brings it up when she wants to make me squirm. Once, while in the middle of having sex with my boyfriend, I blurted, "You forgot to call your mom today." It quickly killed the mood. I never lived that one down. Not my story, but a friend's story. Married with kids and they were having the sexual time with each other. Went something like this. Wife, you are amazing. Son's name. Husband. Shortly after we had our son, my wife and I were driving home from the Baby R Us store. I had bought a number of books for our son and realized how expensive kids books are. I look at my wife and say, wouldn't it be great if there was a place we could borrow books from and then bring them back when we are done? She stopped at the library on the way home. I had been playing Skyrim when I got a FB chat alert, so I closed down to check it. It had been my girlfriend sitting all of 3 feet away sending me a quick "I love you," as we sometimes do, and me, opening mouth, inserting foot. I responded by saying out loud, "Oh, I thought it might have been someone I wanted to talk to." Her, why is she not nice to me? I thought we were all friends before. Me, I think she might be jealous of you because you got to me first. That ended well. Yeah. Something similar happened to me the other day. My girlfriend was talking to me about how one of our friends who just recently became single was really nice to me, but kind of not so nice to her at a recent party. Whilst discussing the possibilities of why this may be, I happened to say, or it is possible, that she could be interested in me. This was followed by her reply, "Why? Do you want to duck her or something?" I have no idea what line of logic led to that response. Was at a party with my GF when one of my exes showed up with her current BF. She definitely was bitchy to my GF and my GF brought it up afterward. I told her that my ex BF was checking her out too, and that clearly we were the dominant and much sexier couple and I only move up the ladder with each relationship. Spontaneous sexy time ensued. My ex and I were in the park on one of the first spring days. I was coming down from the first brownie I did ever taken. Laying on her lap, looking up at her, I said, "I figured out why your eyes are so pretty." Or why? Because I can see my face in them. Slap. Wife teaches a critical thinking class in college. I have been known to ask her for the name of the logical fallacy she is using when getting on my case about something. That does not go over well. Now ex-boyfriend, I think people are intimidated by you because you look like a strong woman. Like someone who does not take shit from others. Like, I think if we lived in some kind of tribal matriarchal society, you would be a tribal leader. Me, what makes you think that? Ex, well, you look well fed. We were having some friends over a few weeks after getting a chair that had once belonged to my girlfriend's grandmother. One of my buddies is a real big guy, and she told me, "Do not let him sit in my grandma's chair. It is old and needs repair work already. I do not want it broken." My reply, "But you sit in that chair all the time." She did not talk with me for the rest of the afternoon. Married now, so I did not do any permanent damage. She was away for spring break and we were talking on the phone. Her, "Do you miss me?" Me, well, no, not really, I guess. I have found ways to keep myself busy. I'm an idiot. Edit, she was visiting family and not getting railed by so many brothers. I was about to have some angry breakup sex with an ex and could not get it up. She asked me what is wrong and the first thing that came out was, "I just do not love you anymore." I think it was the worst thing. to say at the worst possible time. I had recently lost weight and my jeans no longer fit. I announced this to my boyfriend, and he said you should keep them in case you get big. Another time after sex we were discussing the birthmark I have on my butt cheek and my boyfriend said it helps me tell you apart. 2 months ago, my GF and I had a talk. I told her that I thought she criticized me too much. I told her I did not deserve that. I said, call me when you can think of something you like about me or something nice to say about me. I have not heard from her since. My husband once came up to me and said, you had be really hot if you lost weight and took the time to try to tone your arms. Then froze and, after about 20 seconds of dead silence, digs the hole deeper. I mean, you are not that fat or anything. I just think there is room for improvement. As for what I have said, I once called him by my ex's name during a fight, which turns out to be a really good way of making the fight even worse. Girlfriend has a complex about her big ass. She is always hiking and doing squats and stuff. One night she comes up to me, turns around, and drops her pants. She says, I'm so sorry, no matter what I do it does not seem to work. My butt is still so big. What can I do? You can bring it over here. Went on a double date with my husband's brother and his girlfriend. The brother made a random comment about his girlfriend was way hotter than me. We were all at a loss of words for a little bit. I was in a hot tub and extremely drunk, and I jumped out to go take a piss in the woods. This was the middle of the winter, so I was wading through the snow, and everyone in the tub, my girlfriend, some friends, was a little nervous, so I'm pissing away, and apparently I start to wobble a bit because my girlfriend shouts, God, Eben, you cannot pass out in the middle of the ducking woods. Naturally, I turned to her, mustered up all of my drunken bravado, and just yelled, Goddammit, woman, I will do what I want. I then immediately toppled over and passed out in the snow. She was mad at first, but eventually came to see the humor in the situation. We were watching an episode of How I Met Your Mother. They were talking about how, in every relationship there is a settler and a reacher. My fianc turns to me all sweet like, looks in my eyes and says, baby, I'm glad I settled. Shit, reached. First time I was getting intimate with my current girlfriend. I go for penetration and notice that she is extremely tight. I was only her second partner. I look up and into her eyes and say, I'm going to hurt you. She took it like a champ and was like, what? And after the confusion settled we had a go at it anyways. My first time having a shower with my boyfriend. We were having a lot of fun and he began to wash me my body, including my nether regions. I then took a turn to wash him. We were smiling and feeling sexy, and then when it came to his nether regions, I paused and stared down between his legs and asked, how do you usually wash your genitals? My BF and I were watching In Time Where No One Ages Past 25. I said something along the lines of I did hate to live in a world like that, and the BF replied with, even if you were pretty. First time going down on a girl was pretty funky and I gagged. Insult to injury. I came up choking saying I need a drink or something to get the taste. History after that. Before I was married I was talking to my now wife about genetics and having perfect kids. I jokingly said I cannot marry you because of your funny eyes. She wears glasses. She just stares at me with that look. Then I remembered that she is Chinese. Oh, and when we first started living together I asked if she knew how to cook rice. My then be curious girlfriend was in an exploration phase and late one Friday night, she brought an extremely hot Japanese exchange student into my dorm room. They were both slightly drunk and were all over each other. I got jealous and told them to get out until they were more presentable, not realizing that my girlfriend had brought her to share. I was telling my ex-girlfriend how hot my friend's mum was, and then my friend's mum drove past us and my ex said, wow, she is pretty. I replied with, I know, she is hot as duck. After that it is a blur. At least that is not as bad as my ex. During some post-sex cuddling he thought it an appropriate time to tell me how hot he found his best friend's older sister. It was actually my boyfriend, and he said it to my parents. We were having a nice dinner, talking about me, my favorite topic, when my parents thought they did be cute and talk about me when I was little and was a very heavy sleeper and would sleep through even the most action-packed movies. And then it happened. I had told him that my parents were very open-minded and cool, but, well, not that cool. After a few glasses of wine, my boyfriend said, "Oh, I know. I have tried to wake him up for some morning sex, but it is like molesting a coma victim." You know that question. What are you thinking about? Well, I said the wrong thing. A little context: I was a chef at this time in my life. My girlfriend and I were in the afterglow of naughty time, just chilling and loving, when she asks me that question. What are you thinking about? And I rolled right into it. I want to wrap an egg in bacon. Cook it so the egg inside would be poached, and the bacon is cooked and crispy. I do not know how to get the temperatures right though. Did you see where I went wrong there? Worst thing is, I still have not cooked a bacon wrapped poached egg. When me and my girlfriend first started dating, we went to buy condoms. She did not want to go in with me, so I told her I would do it. I have done this hundreds of times, I said. Luckily she had a sense of humor. By hundreds of times, I really meant 5.